Hello, my name is Matthias and welcome to the FPL Scope and my weekly wildcard draft for game week 36. We have 3 more game weeks left to go, no doubles, no blanks, no nothing, just straight up play it as it is in FPL. So therefore I'm going to give you what I think is the best squad to have currently in FPL for the next 3 game weeks basically to end the season. I know most people don't have their wildcard left, most people have used their wildcard, but it's still nice to see which players are the most important players to get in for your team as well. So I'm going to do this as always in the style of an NBA or an NFL type of draft, where the number 1 pick, the number 1 player that I present to you guys is going to be the most important player to have currently in FPL in my opinion. And then the 15th player, the last one that made the squad, is going to be the least important player of the squad, but he's still going to be someone that made the squad, so someone that you should consider as well for your teams, basically. So, yeah, whether you're on a wildcard or not on a wildcard, I think this will be helpful for you. And, yeah, let's just see which players make the cut and which players are top of the list. And the first player, the number 1 pick, is going to be, once again, Mbeumo for Brentford. Didn't get quite as many points as he could have had against Manchester United, considering they scored 4 goals. He only had 1 assist from those 4 goals, but usually when Brentford score a lot of goals, it is Mbeumo who is part of it. He's on penalties, he's on set pieces and stuff like that as well. He's super integral to that team in general, and they do have a fantastic fixture now against Ipswich, and we know how good Mbeumo has been this season against the newly relegated teams, I guess we could say now, in Ipswich, Southampton, Leicester. He has basically just dominated every single matchup against them and getting double-digit hauls pretty much every time. So I think he's the best captaincy choice this game week, especially seeing as Mohamed Salah is now basically on the beach, or Liverpool on the beach. So I think Mbeumo is going to be the best captaincy option for that game week. Also has 2 decent game weeks against Fulham at home and Wolves away to end the season as well. Brentford are in pretty good form, and Mbeumo and Wissa have just been fantastic, and I think they're going to keep at it as well. So yeah, Wissa's going to come up pretty soon as well. But Mbeumo's number 1 pick. Number 2 pick is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. He has Southampton away, which is a really nice fixture. He plays every single game week, it seems like now, for City in his final farewell tour. I think the next 3 fixtures he's going to be likely to start all 3, because he just seems to be back at his best basically, which is why it's kind of confusing that he's leaving Man City as well, because he's finally back to his great form of old basically. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where he goes, but for the next 3 game weeks, the last 3 game weeks of the season, I think he's going to be a pretty nice player to have from Man City. He's actually the most trusted City attacker in my opinion currently, because there's still some uncertainty with Haaland, who was on the bench last time, and Marmoush, who sort of had to be subbed off slightly injured last time. So I think De Bruyne is the safest play out of all the attacking players from Man City, and they do have really good fixtures, and they do just have a really nice team currently in good form, trying to chase Arsenal for 2nd place as well to catch them by the end of the season. So yeah, I think De Bruyne is going to be a really nice pick, and especially with that fixture against Southampton coming up right now as well, De Bruyne is going to be a really good pick. So he comes in at number 2. Number 3, I did mention him, Wissa. He has the same fixtures as Mbeumo. He has the same sort of importance almost as Mbeumo. They have both scored like almost 20 goals each now this season, which is absolutely fantastic. They are usually the ones to combine for goals for Brentford as well, and we do expect Brentford to score a lot of goals, especially in that Ipswich fixture coming up in this game week. So Wissa's going to be a really a popular transfer target this game week, especially for those guys looking to sell Mateta. I think Wissa is like the main guy to bring in. I think he's currently the best striker option because Brentford are in good form. They have really good fixtures, and Wissa has just been fantastic all season whenever he's been fit, which has been most of the season as well. So yeah, Wissa, easy pick at number 3. Number 4, we have Gvardiol. I felt like bumping him up a little bit more again because I think Man City are just looking really good. Gvardiol has been looking really good as well, playing more offensively at times now as well. It's been a while since he's been playing in that left wing back sort of role, but last game he actually got to play there for almost a full half as well. So yeah, I think he just has a lot of good value, especially seeing as they are facing Southampton as well. He's also always really good for bonus points, as we've seen in the past as well. And I think there could be a lot of clean sheets and bonus points available for Gvardiol, and potentially some goals as well. So I think he's the best defender. I think he's the 4th most important player to have currently in FPL. If you don't have him, I think you should definitely get him. And if you're wildcarding, you should definitely have him in your team as well, because he is just really good by all accounts pretty much, except for the fact that he's a bit expensive. But you do also have a lot of money to spend because there aren't that many good, super pricey options currently. So yeah, Gvardiol, simple choice as the first defender off the board at number 4. In midfield, we have another player in Anthony Elanga as my number 5 pick. He has Leicester at home, which is fantastic. West Ham away, which is also pretty damn good. And then Chelsea at home, which I think is also going to be an interesting fixture, especially if Chelsea are going to chase the top 5 finish there, if they need to beat Nottingham Forest in that game to get into the top 5. I think that could be a really nice game for Elanga to get them on the counter-attack, basically. So yeah, 3 decent fixtures. Elanga has been also looking really good. He had one pretty big chance this past game against Brentford, I guess it was, or can't remember exactly actually, but they did have a game where he was looking pretty good there, Elanga, against Crystal Palace actually. Had a pretty good chance, and he's pretty offensively minded, plays 70 plus minutes usually as well. He has sort of been playing 45 minutes in some games recently, but I think that's down to injuries, and now he's injury free and stuff. So yeah, I think Elanga is the best pick from Nottingham Forest personally. I think he's looked a bit sharper than Chris Wood. So I think he is the better choice, and we also have a lot of good striker options as well. So I think midfield is better to spend that Nottingham Forest attacking spot on. So Elanga makes sense for me as the number 5 pick for that reason. Number 6, we have another midfielder. That's going to be Bowen, who has been pretty high in the standings lately as well in my weekly wildcard drafts. Doesn't have quite as good fixtures anymore, seeing as he has Man United away, Nottingham Forest at home, Ipswich away, but it's still pretty decent fixtures. Nottingham Forest are in pretty bad form currently. Man United are sort of more focused on the Europa League, and Ipswich finally in the last game is going to be a really nice game as well for West Ham and Bowen, who's in really good form. He's scoring the goals for West Ham, hasn't scored a brace yet so far this season, but he has been close, and he has been getting quite consistently getting like 1 goal per game type of thing, and then he gets bonus points on top of that as well. So Bowen, I think, is a pretty nice player to have. He's West Ham's clear best player attackingly as well, so yeah, he just makes a lot of sense for those fixtures for West Ham as well. So he comes in at number 6. Number 7, we have Cunha, who has no like super duper really good fixture. As you can see from all the other players, they have at least one like dark blue really good fixture, but Cunha has 3 decent fixtures by themselves. Brighton at home, Crystal Palace away, and Brentford at home. I think he can score goals in each of those games. If he scores goals, he usually gets bonus points as well. So I think Cunha is also a really good striker. I do prefer Wissa slightly just because of the Ipswich fixture coming up right now. But I think Cunha is also a really nice alternative if you already have Wissa, or if you want to get someone else instead. I think Cunha makes sense for Wolverhampton, who are also in pretty good form ever since Vitor Pereira took over right before New Year's as well. So yeah, 3 decent fixtures for Wolves, who are looking a lot better, and Cunha, who's been looking fantastic as well as basically either the number 9 or as a left winger attacking midfielder for Wolverhampton as well. He's been really good this season. So yeah, Cunha number 7. We have another Wolverhampton player at number 8. That's going to be Ryan Ait-Nouri, who's super attacking. He has been really good to end the season as well. Again, the 3 same fixtures that are looking pretty decent. I think he can keep a clean sheet in all 3 of them potentially, and he can also get attacking returns in any game basically, because he's so attacking for a defender especially. So yeah, again, pretty simple choice. I think Wolves have the best fixtures out of the teams that don't have the likes of Leicester, Southampton, and Ipswich left in one of the 3 matches. And I think doubling up with Ait-Nouri and Cunha makes a lot of sense. So Ait-Nouri comes in at number 8. Number 9, we have Milenkovic. Again, Nottingham Forest also have really good fixtures. Leicester at home, West Ham away, Chelsea at home. I think at least the Leicester game is going to be like a locked-in clean sheet, it seems like, because Leicester just keep not scoring in most games. They did score twice against Southampton, but yeah, I think that's more of an anomaly than anything because they faced Southampton. But against the better teams, I think Leicester will struggle to score, and I think Milenkovic is the best man for the case there. I've usually had Nick Williams, but I do have just a lot more money in the bank here because both Salah and Haaland are kind of not available or not really like at the forefront of things in FPL currently. So you have some extra money available, and I think Milenkovic is slightly better than Nico Williams. Even though Nico Williams did get an assist last game, did actually get more points than Milenkovic. But I think Milenkovic has slightly more goal threat, which makes him a bit more exciting as a pick. So yeah, he comes in at number 9. Number 10, we have another Nottingham Forest player in goal in Mats Sels, someone that I should have had all season. I should have picked him up on my wildcard in Game Week 6, but I didn't, and I still haven't had him this season. But if I was picking a goalkeeper now, especially with those fixtures in mind, I think Sels makes a lot of sense for especially that Leicester fixture. The West Ham fixture as well looks also pretty good because West Ham have been struggling to score lately. So yeah, pretty simple choice again. I think he's the best goalkeeper to have currently. That's why he comes in at number 10. Number 11, we have hpxeri, who's just been in really good form. They have not the best fixtures, but not the worst either. Spurs away is a pretty nice fixture, I think, because they are playing away against Bodø/Glimt up in the north of Norway now on Thursday. And then they're flying back to England to play against Crystal Palace on Sunday, I think it is. So I think I could definitely take advantage of that and play really well against Spurs. So I think that's a really nice fixture for him. Wolves at home as well is a decent fixture. Liverpool away is not the best on paper, but we do think Liverpool are sort of past it when it comes to the season. They are sort of not having much to play for. So I think Eze could get some goals there as well, but he's also someone you could just easily bench or sell in that game week if you want to. As well. So yeah, I think Eze is just a solid pick. He's on penalties, scored a penalty last game. He keeps scoring goals and getting assists lately as well. Done a lot better than Ismail Assar since people wildcarded, and most of them brought in Ismail Assar. So I think Eze makes sense as a pick as well in midfield, and he completes the midfield 5 there as the 11th pick for this weekly wildcard draft. Number 12, we have Jake O'Brien from Everton. Again, just an upgrade from Milenkovic last game week. Because O'Brien has slightly more goal threat. He's a bit more good when it comes to scoring from headers and stuff. Milenkovic is more like an assist type of player. But I think O'Brien just has slightly more goal threat and slightly more bonus threat potential as well. So, yeah, Milenkovic and O'Brien are both good picks, obviously. And that's mostly down to the Southampton fixture in game week 37 as well. So you can see there are some players with like not ideal fixtures in game week 37, so I think it makes sense to have O'Brien there to come in whether you want to bench Milenkovic or if it's Ait-Nouri you want to bench. I think O'Brien makes sense as like a stopgap player to have in that game week in particular. So yeah, that's why he comes in at number 12. The games against Newcastle away and Fulham away aren't the best, so you could just bench him for that. It's not that expensive either, and you have a lot of money in the bank with this draft as well. So yeah, Jake O'Brien at number 12. Number 13, we have Kepa Arrizabalaga as the goalkeeper, and that's mainly down to the final game of the season against Leicester at home. Sels can play against Leicester at home in Gaming 36 and West Ham away in Gaming 37, and then you can switch to Kepa Arrizabalaga in Gaming 38 against Leicester, which is going to be a pretty damn good chance of getting a clean sheet as well for Kepa as your goalkeeper for that game week. And that's basically the only reason that we have him. I still think he's like a decent goalkeeper, could keep a clean sheet against Aston Villa as well. Because Bournemouth have looked a bit better defensively lately at least, and Kepa has been getting more points ever since I sold him, of course, in FPL. So I think it makes sense, but especially for someone as a backup to Sels playing in game week 38 against Leicester, I think it makes the most sense as a guy that can keep a clean sheet in that game. Because Sels does have Chelsea at home. I do expect Nottingham Forest to concede that game, so it is nice to have a backup goalkeeper that can play rather than Sels in that final game week of the season, basically. So he comes out at number 13. Number 14, we have Evanilson. Again, it's down to the Bournemouth final fixture of the season, Leicester at home. I think that could be a really nice fixture for Evanilson. Aston Villa at home now as well could also be nice. If you want to start him there, you have some other options. You can bench either him, Bowen, or Eze, I guess, for this game week. But yeah, I think he has a decent chance there. City away is not the best fixture, but then Leicester is the main reason that we have him, and that's also the main reason why he's number 14 as well. Like, we don't really have too much faith in him apart from that final game, but I think he's like a nice bench option you can have just in case you need him. And then in the final game week of the season, he might be the best striker to have for that game week as well. So yeah, he comes in at number 14. Number 15 to finalize the squad is Wan-Bissaka. Again, West Ham have pretty decent fixtures. Wan-Bissaka has been pretty offensively minded, pretty attacking minded, and getting some goals and assists and stuff, and almost assists against Liverpool, for example. So yeah, I think it just makes a lot of sense as a pretty good offensive and nailed West Ham player in defense with some pretty good fixtures, especially in Game Week 38 against Ipswich away, where you could potentially see a clean sheet for West Ham in that game. So yeah, that's pretty much the 15 players in the squad. We have a lot of new players since last time. We have Sels, Kepa, Milenkovic, O'Brien, Wan-Bissaka, De Bruyne, Eze, and Evanilson. That's 8 players in total that are new. That means that 8 players have dropped out since last time as well. So let's take a look at those players that have dropped out since the Game Week 35 draft. First and foremost, we have Marmoush, who was as high as the number 2 pick in the Game Week 35 draft. But once again, he sort of let us down. He does have Southampton now in this upcoming game week, but he's also a slight injury doubt. Haaland is also like a potential player to come in and take some minutes away from Marmoush as well. He might just get rested for this game. And after that, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away are decent. But again, if Haaland is back, he's not really that good of an asset anymore. So yeah, sort of just lost faith in Marmoush a little bit. He is a bit streaky. He could get a hat-trick in one of these 3 games potentially as well. But I don't really know if I can trust him currently in this system and with Haaland on his way back. So yeah, he's dropped out since last time. Mohamed Salah as well, another huge player, another Egyptian, has dropped out since last time. I just was not convinced at all by what I saw from Liverpool against Chelsea. Did expect them to put up more of a fight, but it seems like they're just like done with the season and just want to get on to the next one basically. Same with Salah as well, which surprised me because I thought he was going to go for like records and stuff, but he just doesn't look quite as good as it did previously in the season, which is kind of a thing with Salah. He usually starts seasons way better than he ends them, and that usually is the reason why he's not really in the Ballon d'Or conversation either, because he doesn't really get that momentum right before the award is handed out, basically. So yeah, Salah drops out since last time. Nico Williams, just an upgrade to Milenkovic because we have more money in the bank. We don't really have to worry about Haaland into this team because we have enough money without Salah here. Same with Milenkovic. O'Brien is just an upgrade. He's just a better pick from the same team, basically. Areola and Jose have been replaced by Sels and Kepa Arrizabalaga. I think they just have a better mixture. They are also more expensive. Again, it's just down to the fact that we don't have Salah in this draft, so we have more money to spare. We also have Evanilson rather than Marmoush, for example, so we have even more money extra there. So yeah, again, just easy to upgrade the goalkeepers with that. Morgan Rogers is still a decent player because Aston Villa are chasing that top 5 finish to get into the Champions League. He is playing every single minute, but at the same time, he's also a bit streaky as well. So I could have him rather than SA in the squad. I could have done that, but I think SA is just in better form. So I picked him rather than Rogers in the end for this team. Finally, Kivior, it's just Arsenal. I don't really trust them with all their eyes on the Champions League. They might go out now, or by the time you're watching this, you know if they've gone out or not on Wednesday night, because I'm posting this on Thursday morning after recording this on a Wednesday. But yeah, just don't really trust Arsenal's defense in those tougher matches to end the season now. So yeah, Kivior has also dropped out since last time. And that's pretty much it for the whole squad and the players that have dropped out since Game Week 35 drafts. That means we have one thing left on the table, and that is the on the cusp section with 3 players that I have considered but just didn't make the squad for one reason or another, basically. So let's take a look at those 3 players. First and foremost, in attack, we have Haaland, who, if he's past fit, if he's available to play, if we had leaks that he starts, for example, he is pretty much like a definite player to have currently in FPL. If he starts against Southampton, he's going to be a really good captaincy option this game week. So if that happens, you need to be ready to pull the trigger, especially if you're on a wildcard. You really want to have Haaland in your squad if that's the case. But we don't really expect him to start that game. I think this is probably where he's going to get eased into it, getting like 15, 20, 30 plus minutes-ish at most, I think. We've seen Pep in the past just bring players into the squad and not play them. And there were reports that didn't really warm up much for the past game either, so it doesn't seem to be close to being ready either. So yeah, just in case we need him, he's there. But yeah, not really likely that he starts against Southampton, which would be the main thing that would be the icing on the cake if you want a really good team for Game Week 36 and if you're on a wildcard, for example. Also did consider Isak. He has some tougher fixtures. He has one of the tougher fixtures left of the season, but at the same time, it is Isak. They are chasing a top 5 finish to get into the Champions League, and Isak can score against anyone. He's shown that in the past, so I think he's also a really good player to consider as well in that attacking position. In midfield, we have Cole Palmer, who is back on the score sheet now, scoring a penalty this past game. I think he looked really, really good in that game, so I do have some interest in Palmer just because of that. He looks really fantastic from that game. Accumulated, I think, 1.5 plus or something like that. Expected goal involvement in that game, and most of it was from expected goals from potential scoring goals as well. Hit the post, had a penalty, of course, which really helps drive up those numbers as well. But yeah, he's just looked a lot better lately. So yeah, he's also someone that's on the cusp that I could consider to have, but I just didn't make the squad for one reason or another this game week, mainly because of the fixtures that he has, because they are pretty tricky. Finally, in defense, we have 2 Brentford players already, where we could triple up with Coyote, who got 2 assists this past game week. He looks really good after taking over as the right back for Brentford. Might be the resolution to the right back problems that Brentford have had for a while now. So yeah, he's someone you could definitely consider, especially for that Ipswich fixture. He looked really, really good. So you could go with him rather than someone like Wan-Bissaka or O'Brien, for example. But yeah, not really sure we can trust him though yet. He is only just into the team now after being benched most of the time up until like 3 game weeks ago. So I'm not sure if you can trust him, but it's definitely someone to keep a lookout for next season especially. So yeah, Coyote is on the cusp section as well as the final player, as the defender. Definitely someone to consider, but not someone that made the squad for one reason or another this game week, in my team at least, in the wildcard draft that I made. When it comes to wildcarding or not, I think this is, again, at this point of the season, wildcarding as early as you can is the ideal thing to do because you don't have any blanks or doubles to think about. No more blanks or double game weeks to go with. So why not take advantage of the wildcard and get as many matches on the wildcard as possible? So yeah, if you have a wildcard left, I would strongly advise you to use it this game week. Maybe you have like a perfect team. Maybe you already have like a team like this. Then maybe you want to save it for game week 37 or game week 38 to get a completely new team with players that don't have really good fixtures in game week 36 but have really good fixtures in 37 and 38. But apart from those really specific instances, if you have a wildcard left, I do think wildcarding now in game 36 is the way to go to bring in the best possible team for the rest of the season for the next 3 game weeks. And I just presented you what I think is that squad currently in FPL. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the video as always. Hope you have liked the video. If you have subscribed as well, that would be also really nice for me and my channel. Comment down below if you have any questions about your dilemmas with your own team, whether that's a wildcard team or just a regular team. I'd like to know if you're on a free hit, if you're looking to bench boost potentially. please let me know as well. Free hit team I will always do as well on this channel. That will come in the team section video, which is posting on Friday. You'll get both my team and the free hit team, and also the manager of the week as well from this past game week, and look ahead and see what they can do in Game Week 36 on and beyond as well with their teams. So yeah, look forward to that on Friday. And apart from that, I don't think there's much else to say other than thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.